your life. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and if you want to talk about the fastest ways to manifest the things that you want most in your life, to take what you see in your mind and hold it in your hand and have it in your life, make sure you hit the like button on this video right over there on the side, and let's dive right into this video. The first thing to truly manifest the life of your dreams and do it quickly is to raise your standards. We're conditioned in our world to believe that just not that much is possible. The biggest obstacle that most of us face in life is to take the ceilings off of our own perceptions about what's possible. We're in this very small room in a huge infinite mansion, yet we think this little room is the whole house. And we're in this giant mansion, so to speak. It's kind of like when they put a governor on a car, you got that car and you hit it full throttle, and let's say it tops out at 101 miles an hour. The truth is that car can go up to maybe 120, maybe 140, maybe 150, but the manufacturer put a governor on it, and you need to have a governor, especially in America, legally as the manufacturer. They top the car out. So it's like a little set program in the car that stops it from going as quickly as it could. Similarly, we have these little governors on our mind, basically, that have set standards in our lives that is a lot lower than what we really want. Like, oh, I'd really love to make $100,000 a year one day. I'd really love to retire one day, but I don't think it's possible. I really want this type of person to date, but sometimes you gotta make compromises, so I'm gonna stay in this one, even though they're not really even that happy and it's really not their dream relationship, and they settle for it. We do this because we've been conditioned to believe that what we truly want probably isn't likely, and that we should be a little bit more realistic. Will Smith once said that being realistic is the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity. So the irony is, when we put that governor on our mind, what we're really telling our subconscious is, this is what's possible. The images that you form in your mind about your life ultimately become the outer pictures that you experience. The outside images that you see that are the circumstances of your life, all they are is a delayed reflection off the inner pictures that you create. They manifest afterwards. That's why I say they're delayed pictures. What you see as a projection of consciousness in your life, as the circumstances, as the situations, as this reality that you see and experience, all of that is a delayed reflection off the images you hold in your own mind. And so what I'm inviting you to do is take the governor off your mind, is to literally take the governor off your mind and say, what do I really want, and where in my life am I settling? And when you raise your expectations, the universe meets you there. The universe plays halfway because you're co-creating with the universe. You're co-creating with this divine intelligence. And so it always meets you halfway. So you're co-creating with it, meaning it can't show up and show you the true beauties of life and what you're really capable of unless you raise your expectations and set higher standards. And that begins with truly going to eliminate the word realistic from your vocabulary. So comment down below, I'm worthy of what I really want. That's the thing. I have to believe I am worthy of what I really want. What I really want out of life, instead of just saying, oh, well, you can't get everything you want in life, and you don't always get what you want, like that one chorus of a song. Instead of doing that, I'm going to eliminate the word realistic from my vocabulary, and I'm going to set the real expectations and set the real standards for my life. And if that means that I'm going to eventually leave a relationship that I'm really not that happy in, but I'm afraid it can't get anyone better, eventually I'm going to have the courage to do it. I'm going to raise my standards. I'm going to say, here's the money I can really make. I'm going to imagine the dream life that I actually want to live and eliminate the word realistic from my vocabulary. So comment down below, I am worthy of what I really want. Comment down below, I'm worthy of what I really want. Now, for most people, this can become a problem when they make the conscious decision to say, I'm ready to manifest my dream life. I realize I've been settling, and I realize I've been selling myself short, and I'm going to truly commit, and I've reimagined what I want my life to look like, and I'm going to show up, and I'm going to work hard, and I'm not going to allow my fears to talk me out of it. But then what happens is they eventually revert to their old limiting conditioning. I call that the first mind. The first mind is the one that's been programmed by society, and it's been programmed by the outside world. Now, neuroscience shows us now that the environment around us actually plays a large part in how our actual brain gets wired and how we build our neural connections, how we perceive reality, and thus how we wire our brain and create our future. Because your brain is just an artifact of the past. It just memorizes the past. So if you struggled financially, if you weren't very confident, if you didn't think you could attract love, maybe you saw your parents get divorced, so you think love is pain, all of those memories and all those things we've been told, they wire into the brain. And the brain is just an artifact of the past. And so the problem with that, though, is it gets wired that way. It's called Hebb's law. It says that nerve cells that fire together wire together. And that's a term in neuroscience. So our brain keeps recreating the same limiting past based off of the things that it's memorized and been programmed with. That's the first mind. That's your first mind. But now neuroscience shows us through neuroplasticity, you can actually rewire and retrain your brain. You can literally build new neural connections and make your brain an actual artifact of the future you want, because your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not real. The brain does not know the difference between what's real and what's not real. So instead of living from your first mind, you could actually create a second mind and make it literally an artifact of your future. The future you want, the real thing where you didn't settle. So you could start training your brain to be more confident, to attract more financial success, to feel more confident with money, to be more confident in dating and romance, to attract more healthy relationships. You can actually erase the old programming and put in the new. And if you watch my channel, that's why I always talk about the second mind. I created the second mind neuroprogrammer to literally do that to my own mind, like make myself a guinea pig to start retraining my mind, to start retraining my brain. And so right there down below, pinned to the comments, you can demo it for free. It's right there down below. It's the Second Mind Neuroprogrammer. It's right there down below, thesecondmind.com. And it's a free demo to start to retrain your brain using neuroplasticity to start to send new signals, to start to send new messages, and to start to leave behind the past, quite literally, by leaving behind the first mind and living in the second mind. So it's right there down below if you want to use that to retrain and rewire. And it's a free demo. It's thesecondmind.com, right there down below, pinned to the comments. So when you go ahead and you raise your standards, you raise your expectations, and you no longer settle, you eliminate the word realistic from your vocabulary, and you really follow the words that Will Smith said. He said, being realistic is the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity. Why would I be realistic? He said, it was unrealistic to flip a switch and make the lights come on. It was unrealistic to bend a piece of metal and fly it over the ocean. It was unrealistic to have this little tiny box on, right, that I'm on right now, and in any country of the world you can hear this. You might be in India or Australia, or you might be in Africa somewhere, or you might be in the Americas somewhere, and it was unrealistic not that long ago. All these things, though, came from imagination. So I don't know where in the world you are, but it was unrealistic for us to be able to communicate right now. So comment where in the world, by the way, you're coming from. I'd love to know what country in the world you're coming from. And what's connected us is imagination. what's actually connected us around the world is imagination, and it was unrealistic to have all of these things. So what is now real was once imagined. What's now real was once imagined, and everything in this world was literally imagined into being. It was imagined into being. And before it became into being, before it came into form, it was once nothing. It was literally just an unrealistic thing in someone's mind. But they erased that governor on their mind. They stepped out of the conditioning of their first mind. And that's where all the magic is. So comment down below, everything now real was once imagined. And ask yourself, how can I recreate my life? Like, what do I really actually want? And when you close your eyes and you start to recreate the image of the way you want your life to truly be, that's what opens the door for the shift to start to occur. So what would your life look like if you truly believed you were worthy of the things that you desired most? What would your life look like? What would your day look like if you knew that what you wanted was possible? Like if I told you next week, Wednesday at 1 p.m., you were going to get that job, or you were going to get that big sale, or you were going to have the first date with your future soulmate that was going to be the most epic life ever you would create with someone. You were going to meet that person next week at 1 o'clock on Thursday. And you knew, you knew for sure. How would you behave? How would you act? How would you act if you knew that your business was going to succeed and in 3 weeks you were going to get this huge deal? You'd have certainty. You knew. You didn't just hope. You didn't just wish. You didn't just think maybe or fantasize about it. You knew. You saw it in your mind, and it wasn't just a daydream. You knew you were actually essentially a fortune teller. You were actually psychic. You were perceiving a reality or time before it's actually manifested in the third dimension. But you knew, like you actually knew. How would you feel? You would just be saying things like, thank you, universe, thank you. You'd be working hard and you wouldn't be worrying about any little details. You wouldn't be worrying about, whoa, should I even do this because it might not work out? What if they say no? You wouldn't have any of that. You would just do it. You would do it. And that's the last step, is truly acting as if you know it's right around the corner. And that means saying, I am realistic. I'm expecting miracles to show up in my life. I'm actually quite literally expecting it. Just like when you flip a switch, you expect the lights to come on, right? When you turn your faucet, you expect the water to come out. Now, you're also imagining things in your mind, visualizing them clearly with creative imagination, and knowing for certain you're co-creating it with the universe. So all your hard work will be rewarded. All your courage will be rewarded. All your boldness will be rewarded. You know it. You know that life is on your side. So comment down below, I know life is on my side. Comment down below, I know life is on my side. So this is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, reminding you that you are more capable than you could even imagine. And when you start to raise your standards for yourself, when you start to put that governor and take it off of your mind and say, what am I really capable of? Am I settling? What can I really achieve? Have I started to limit my own imagination because I just been told for so long it wasn't possible? When you remember that you're co-creating with this beautiful universe, when you remember that life will meet you, the universe will meet you, it will meet you halfway. When you raise your standards, when you raise your expectations, when you start to have the courage to walk away from the things that no longer support you, when you have the courage to start to say yes to your heart, that's when the amazing things in life start to show up. Make sure that you retrain and rewire your mind to step out of your first mind and into your second mind. It's right there down below as a free demo. It's thesecondmind.com right there down below, pinned to the comments. It's thesecondmind.com right there down below, pinned to the comments. And make sure you hit the like button on this video right over there to send this out into the YouTube universe so more people see it. Thank you for watching this video. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. I think it's right over there on the side. And if you are returning, just double check. Have you actually hit the bell notification? That's the thing that actually will notify you for the new video. So it's right over there on the side. Hey, have an absolutely great day. Thank you for watching this video. Remind yourself, I live in a friendly universe. Great things are headed my way. I live in a friendly universe. Great things are headed my way. Say it. I live in a friendly universe. Great things are headed my way.